Hi everyone. So I thought today let's do a quick video on the FII buying that is happening right now. Now we saw that in the last 2 months the FIIs have finally come back, not in great quantity, but they have started investing back into India in cash. So I thought let's quickly understand where is this smart money going this time. Is it only going in the large cap companies or is it going into some small cap companies that we should definitely be aware of? And obviously these FIIs have great amount of knowledge and information, so they know exactly where to enter. Now, by the way, whatever I'm showing you today is just the FII data, that is factual data. This is by no means a buy or sell recommendation. We are just looking at it from a factual standpoint. Okay, so let's quickly begin. Now, the first things first, look at the FII DII data, right? So we see that FIIs in the month of March and April have finally invested 8,000 crores and 4,300 crores in the FII cash department. Now, obviously, this is nowhere close to what they used to invest in the past, but at least this is a positive sign because now India is looking very attractive again when it comes to investing back into the market, right? Now, where are the FIIs investing? Let us quickly look at three companies. Now, the first company that they are investing in is a company called Aadhar Housing Finance. Now, if you look at Aadhar Housing Finance, the company has not moved too much. It has been going up and down, up and down, up and down, but it is very now coming very close to its all-time high. Let's do a little more deep dive into how much did the FIIs increase. So if we go to the shareholding pattern and if we look at this, you will see that the promoter holding is pretty much the same, which is great, right? But if you see the FII holding, it has gone from 4.3 to 5.32, which is very interesting because if you open and check the FII data, you will see that 1% increase has happened in this month itself, right? Or in this quarter, there has been a 1% increase in this. So this is something that is definitely coming up on the radar with respect to FII buying, and we need to understand why this company is coming up on the radar as well. Now, housing finance, if you know, they have been doing very well in the past. Now with the interest rate cuts that are coming in, NBFCs usually tend to do better and banks don't tend to do so well. So whenever there's an interest rate cut, all the NBFCs will start doing well, and housing finance is a theme or is a bet that the FIIs are currently taking on, is what I can clearly see. Now, this company has definitely been compounding the revenue growth. It is happening constantly, and the stock price is not moving up. Now, this is a general sentiment that is there with all housing finance companies, that most of them did not move up, right? And it is creating like a big tight segment over here because revenues are going up, the EPS is also growing about these companies, but the stock price is not going up at all. And when such things happen, it usually starts building up to a bigger thing, right? Now, this usually also comes with the fact that you should also check whether they're lending good. Now, as I say, that in India, everyone can lend, but there are very few people who can lend good. So let us check if these guys are lending good or not. Now, if you look at the asset quality, which is GNPA, which is the GNPA and NNPA, non-performing assets, which is gross non-performing assets, and net non-performing assets. So if you look at the GNPA, it has actually fallen down from 2.2 to 1.4. Can go lower, but it has definitely gone down in the last 9 months, which is looking very attractive, right? Their cost of borrowings, if you look at the cost of borrowings, it is around 8%, and the cost of lending is around 13%, and the spread that they're making is around 5.8. But if you see that the cost of borrowings and cost of borrowings is pretty much the same, but the cost of lending has actually gone down, and because of that, the spread has taken a massive deep dive from 6.2%, it has gone down to 5.8, which is not a very good sign for such companies. But the disbursement growth, which is how much money are you throwing out into the market in terms of giving loans, so that is something that is definitely growing. As you can see, there's almost a 20-21% growth from a year on year perspective. So this is the first company that FIs are definitely taking a bet on, and we need to see a little bit more about why this is happening. Now, another company that FIs have taken huge bets on, again in the NBFC space, is a company called SBFC Finance. Now, just look at this bet, right? The FIIs have taken the shareholding from 2.86 to 6.53, which is quite aggressive, right? In the span of 1 year, they have seen almost a 4% growth that has happened. And in the last one quarter, we are seeing almost 1.5-2% growth happening here. In fact, even the DIIs have taken interest in this, and they have also taken some stake. Like SBI Small Cap Fund has a good amount of stake here. Bank of Japan has taken a good amount of stake in SBFC. And if we go back here, SBFC's similar pattern, it was in a range for a very long period of time, and now it has recently given a breakout, coming back to retest, right? Very interesting here. It is an MSME focused SBFC finance lending company, again NBFC. Let us quickly look at how their financials look like. If we look at the profit and loss statement, we can see that the revenue has been growing. The financing profit is 1 year of little unevenness, And if you look at the pat has been pretty much growing actually quite well, because from 24 crores net profit it's gone to 345 crores net profit, which is almost a 10x jump in their thing, in their stock, in their net profit, which is quite interesting to look at. Let us look at their investor presentation and see if we can get some interesting data. So disbursements have gone up by around 10% quarter on quarter, which is good, I would say, not bad. NPS 2.74, quite high. If you really ask me, it should slightly lower the better, honestly, but it's quite high. The ROA on AUM, which is return on assets, is around 4.2, which is not bad, which is not bad at all. Assets under management has gone up by 7% quarter on quarter and 28% over a year on year perspective. So that is again not bad at all. But their NPS seem to be quite high. Okay. Let us check what is their average ticket size. This is their average ticket size. Okay, 5 lakhs to 30 lakhs, almost. Yeah, MSME lending only, pretty much. The team is quite good, not bad at all from the team perspective, and they have good amount of FIIs. They also, Malabar has taken a good investment in this. Let me just show you that as well. Consistent AUM growth, disbursement. The only problem I see here is with their what do you call that? The only problem I see here is with the MSME lending is slightly riskier compared to the other ones. Let us look at the DIIs who's increased the stake as well, because it's gone from 13 to 17. Yeah. Okay, that Malabar has also taken a position, looks like. Okay, very interesting. So SBFC Finance is the second company that these FIs have taken huge amount of stake. Nothing's played out yet, but I like to track smart money like this to see where the money is going, and that means something is going to happen. And these guys usually get in early, so I usually track. The same thing had happened once in the finance space, and that is something that we also tracked very early, and we've caught on to it very well as well. Now, another company that people are investing heavy, or the FIs have taken very good amount of stake again, is another housing finance company called Aptus Value Housing Finance Company. Now look at this again, 19 to 27%, 5 to 9%, huge amount of growth. And in fact, the public shareholding has gone from 15% to 9%. That means more and more people have come and taken stake from the promoter. And look at this, they've actually taken stake from the public as well, because this promoter holding did not drop quarter on quarter. But you will see that FIs have gone up by 6% and DIs are pretty much there. Let's look at who are the FIs. Malabar Fund, which is a very interesting fund and a very good fund, has taken approximately 4% over here and another 1.78% here. So they've almost taken 6% into Aptus Housing Finance. This is something that is definitely on the radar. Again, Custody Bank of Japan has taken 1% here, or similar to another company that we just saw. Small Cap Fund has taken 5.49. In fact, Small Cap Fund has increased their allocation from 2 to 5.49. So very interesting things that are happening here. Again, SBI Multicap has taken 7% stake in this company. Let us go up and quickly look at it. 15,000 crore company. Very interesting. Price to book is at 3.98. Okay, let us check how the graph looks like. Again, very similar to all the other three charts, pretty stagnant. But again, it is, if it breaks out from 380 is when you will really see value. But these are companies that are not growing in terms of stock price, but they might be growing in terms of sales. Let us look at that. Has the revenue been growing? Definitely, revenue has been growing wonderfully, very peacefully. This has also been growing. Operating profit, net profit has also gone up. Again, this is creating a very tight situation, that the revenue is going up, the profits are going up, the EPS is also going up. Here, I think massive dilution has happened from 28 to 7. They might have raised a QIP or something. Again, that EPS is back to 14. But now you see that the big funds are entering as of today. That means, again, some trigger is going to happen here. Let us quickly understand some basic principles of Aptus. What is this journey over the years? AUM has crossed 10,000 crores. Very interesting. Okay, this is good. Let us look at this. So the loan book has definitely grown. As you see, 10,000 crore loan book has happened. Net interest margin 9 months. Okay, so the 12th month will be much better. Going forward, NIM to assets, fine. GNPA, oh, very interesting. Very nice GNPA and NPA. 0.8, slightly going up here. But good. It's actually both has gone up. GNPA and NPA has gone up a little bit this year. But I think it's quite interesting that the GNPA and NNPA is quite good here, right? Return on assets is 7%, which is again higher to the other companies as well. Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. Right? Average ticket size, 93% of it is less than 10 lakh self-employed borrowers. Small business loans are also going out, and home loans are also going out over here. Posse home loans, interesting. Very interesting. This company needs a little more deep dive, if you really ask me, because they're not looking very bad. They're mostly in tier one, as you can see. They're not looking bad here at all, and they have good amount of branches. Almost 46% of the branches greater than 3 years old. Why people do this is because the longer the branch, it creates an impact in that local community, and people are well aware of it. So that is why new branches usually take time. So they look at how many years the branches has actually been there over a period of time. This is interesting. कुछ तो होने वाला है. And this is what I'm telling you guys, right? That something is happening because the FIIs who are coming in, even though in small quantities, are constantly investing in these housing finance companies or these NBFC companies. Yes, one clear trigger is the interest rate going down, and whenever the interest rate goes down, you will see companies like this doing well. But I am going to look at it even more closely and now find out what are those companies that can actually do really well in if the interest rate is down, and there's one more rate cut that might come, and if the entire lending process starts doing really well, what will actually be beneficial. So this is something that I'm going to look at again. Just quick insight on giving you some idea that I am tracking FII data. I will ensure that whenever more movements happen in FII data, I will definitely come and tell you about this. But if you like this segment, let me know, because I will keep tracking FII data and I will find out what are the top three, top four companies that FIIs are actually investing in. In fact, I think I'm already doing DIIs, which is your mutual fund basket that I'm doing, where I'm showing you what the mutual funds are investing in. So this is the same variable of the FII basket. Now, if you want to understand more, if you want little more information about all of this, then you can definitely join the YouTube community, where I put a lot of information about what is happening in the world of finance, what is happening in the world of stock market, what is my portfolio looking like. All of that is being explained in the YouTube community. So I hope this video was fun and you enjoyed a little bit more from this. Please click on the like button and share this with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't. This is me, Shashank, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye bye.